Hey everyone, this is Pete. Welcome back to Sunday Driving, and today we're starting a new game, OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast by Sega and Sumo Digital. This is a game I didn't play a huge amount of back in the day, but I absolutely loved its immediate predecessor, OutRun 2, which was an Xbox exclusive. This is the PlayStation 2 version of OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast we're playing here. This game actually came out on a variety of other systems other than Xbox. So it came out on PlayStation 2, came out on PSP, came out on PC as well. And in fact, if you play the PC version, there's a few mods available that allow you to get it running in nice high resolution and widescreen and stuff like that. But I'm going for the authentic old school experience here today. So let's just set up a license, which is our save file. Nationality, British, of course. Star sign. Okay. I don't know what effect that has, but there we go. Alright. So, yeah, here we go. Oh, you can play this in widescreen. Let's do that. Let's have miles per hour as well. Very easy. Oh, we'll leave it on that for now. Okay. So, now that is in widescreen, I can set my television to the appropriate size. It's always nice to find a PS2 game that supports widescreen natively. Let's just check the controls as well. So accelerate, brake, change view, gear up, gear down. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Right, let's begin. So, OutRun 2 on Xbox was pretty much a straight port of the arcade game. It also added a mode called Heart Attack, where you had to accomplish various objectives along the way. And what OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast did is, rather than being a completely new game, it basically took OutRun 2 and then expanded it considerably. So OutRun 2 SP, which was a slightly remade, revamped version of the OutRun 2 arcade game, is here in this game, which you can play. But there's also a substantial, specifically designed for console, single-player mode in there as well. So that's what we're going to take a look at first. Let's just see what this sign-in thing does first. Oh, that's for the online mode, which we can't use anymore. So, yeah, forget that. Okay. So, single-player. Now, in here you have several options. You have Coast to Coast, which is a mission-based mode where you have various objectives to complete. You have OutRun, which is pretty much the standard arcade format of OutRun. Start at the beginning, work your way through the course, choose a route at every junction, and try and get to the end. Heart Attack, which I've already mentioned. Time Attack, which is, well, it's Time Attack. And Showroom, which allows you to purchase various items using the OutRun miles you accumulate by playing the game. So we're going to play Coast to Coast mode, because this gives you a good idea of the various different ways you can play the game. So, there's two kind of routes through the game here. You've got the Flagman route here, which is mostly based on races. And then you've got the Girlfriend routes here, which are mostly sort of Heart Attack related ones. So those are objective based things. So we start with some straight races, and then we'll move on to some Heart Attack stuff as well. So for Flagman 1, we have to beat the novice races. So you can see the map up at the top right there. We don't get a choice of route in this one like in the arcade game. You just have this one route to do. So, let's go. So, race the rivals. So, to begin with, we have a choice of two cars from the look of things. Two old school Ferraris. And the rest you have to unlock. So, let's take one with good handling. Well, they've both got good handling. They're both identical. Alright, so let's take this one. Okay. Automatic transmission, because I'm rubbish. And then you've got the obligatory OutRun choice of music here. And these are all nice remixes of them here as well. And then some of these you have to purchase as well. And you can actually play with the original 1986 versions if you want to as well, which is nice. You do actually have to purchase those ones as well, though. So you're stuck with the original versions to begin with. So let's go with Splash Wave. Oh, no. Remix versions as well. Okay, so let's just start with good old Splash Wave. And we'll unlock some more of those music tracks as we play.
Get ready.
Alright, here we go.
Race for the top position.
So, the nice thing about OutRun 2 and OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast is that the handling isn't designed to be in any way realistic. It's designed to feel like the old OutRun game, only with fancy 3D graphics, which is great. And so, that means, while it's not quite exactly the same as the old ones, in that you're not just moving from side to side on the road, you are actually turning. It is very difficult to find yourself facing the wrong way and that sort of thing. And it is the kind of racer where, yeah, for certainly for the early courses, you can just hold down the accelerator and just enjoy yourself. There are some additional mechanics that were added in OutRun 2, such as slipstreaming and drifting, which we'll get onto in a moment, as soon as we reach a corner that requires it. And so, as in the original OutRun, the different stages you go through are all themed after different areas, and you'll see yourself going through different kinds of scenery, and that's reflected by different trackside objects, different buildings, different cars in some cases, and kind of a colour scheme as well. So as you progress through the levels, here's a drift. So to drift, all you do is you basically tap the brake and then hit the accelerator again straight away, and then you can kind of get around corners much more tightly. So it's not a realistic drift by any means. It's a means of getting around corners more tightly. It's probably closest in execution to something like the drifts in Crazy Taxi. Okay, well, we didn't win, but we got a AA rank, so that's okay. And there's the miles that we earned to purchase stuff. So we cleared the mission. That'll do for now. Let's move on to the next one. So basically, these being traditional OutRun races, although you want to try and beat your rivals, the main objective is just getting to the end before the time limit expires.
Race for the top position.
And you will get a better rank if you get there in the top position, obviously. So, alright, so this mission mode here, rather than taking us through a sequence of levels, as in the arcade mode, it's giving us stages one at a time, basically. So it gives us an opportunity to learn those different stages, get a feel for their key characteristics, how they handle any obstacles you might need to be aware of. And just a chance for a bit of practice, really. Right, so here's a really sharp corner, so this is where the drifts become important. So understanding how those drifts work, and also how to get out of a drift when you are deep in one, is a very useful thing to know how to do as well. So, alright, slipstream into the top spot and immediately go off the road. Okay, here we go. So this one is actually taking us on to a subsequent route. You can see the lovely scenery in this game. So this gorgeous bridge going over that delightful water effect. Alright, let's try and hold it together. It's been a while since I played this, which is the excuse I'm choosing to use for my incompetent driving skills, but it's a game that takes a bit of adjusting to if you're not familiar with its particularly twitchy handling, but once you do get the hang of it, oh, it's so satisfying. Right, there we are. I think we've attained a proper victory in that one.
Rank AAA.
Triple A rank. Lovely. Yeah, so in the case of these missions, I believe as long as you beat the timer, you will pass the mission. But to get the higher ranks, you need to actually finish in first place. Or a higher position, anyway. Right. Onward.
Race for the top position.
It's a nice track as well, sort of quite autumnal. That's another thing that's quite fun about OutRun in general, is the fact that it doesn't worry too much about even like the realism of the seasons changing over the course of one single race. So you might be starting the race in summertime and pass through autumn, and I believe there's some sort of wintry stuff along the way as well. So it doesn't care about being realistic, and that's absolutely fine by me. That's exactly what I want from an arcade racer. You can't get more arcadey than Sega Blue Skies and a great big timer counting down at the top of the screen.
Checkpoint.
I always found the actual tech behind this game pretty impressive, because it's actually got a pretty good draw distance on it. If you look in the sequences where you're sort of coming downhill, you can see actually quite a long way off into the distance and see what the track ahead has got in store for you. Those who have been paying attention will recall that the developers for this, Sumo Digital, also worked on the Sonic and All-Stars Racing series.
Rank AAA.
So they really know their stuff with racing games, and particularly arcade-style ones. Alright, so we have cleared that sequence of missions there. Let's see if there's anything we can unlock with our miles that we've accumulated. Alright, so having done that one, we can then proceed on to that next set of races there, which, like I say, we'll leave for a sec. We'll just go have a quick look in the showroom, see what we can unlock. So we've got 3,590 miles at the moment, so cars, well, they're all quite expensive, so they start at 7,500, so we can't afford any cars yet. What about stages? Oh, these are all the reverse versions of the courses. And they cost quite a bit as well. There are a lot of them, though. And there's special versions of them as well. They're nighttime and dusk courses, so different variations on the certain courses. Goals. Reverse versions. Okay, so these are sort of different variations on the arcade mode, so different places you can end up. 15 continuous SP. I guess that's like a linear sequence through all the races. One for the original OutRun 2. Reverse. Yeah, okay. So plenty of stuff to unlock. Background music. Right, we can afford some of that. Well, we can afford one of them anyway. And car colours. Oh, those are cheap, but, you know, who cares? Let's unlock some music. Can't afford that one. Let's have that one, that's quite funky. Yes. Alright. Let's continue with our missions. So, we've done the first flagman one. Let's try a girlfriend mission. So, Clarissa. Try to impress Clarissa by fulfilling traffic requests. So, once again, we have a sequence of different missions that we have to do. So, there's a whole host of them here. We have to start with this one. And then, after that, you can pick the various different specific missions to do if you had a bit of trouble. So, let's stick with this car. Automatic transmission. Let's have our new music track. There we go. Right, so this time around it should be all about obeying instructions, basically. So she will shout out things that she wants us to do, and we have to do them. Alright, do your worst, woman.
Hit the cars.
Hit the cars.
Let's start.
On it. Oh. Harder than it looks.
Unbelievable.
Alright, not bad. Not bad. Could be better, but not bad.
Keep passing cars.
Alright. Overtake cars. Do not hit cars. Do not go in the ocean.
Oh yeah.
So these missions are based on the heart attack mechanics. As you can see, so that heart meter in the corner builds up as you accomplish objectives. Oh, I don't want to go right. Oh well, I'm going right. Okay, not a bad start.
Checkpoint. Cut the line. Let's start.
Alright, so this one, as I mentioned when we were playing the Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform, that exact objective appears in some of the World Tour races.
Are you going to give up?
Oh dear, this one isn't going well. That initial collision really didn't help. Oh, no, 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 no.
Are you going to give up? What?
Yeah, that was terrible.
Don't crash.
Don't crash.
Let's start.
Okay, I won't crash. No, that's crashing. No, she didn't notice. That's okay. I'll accept your AAA rank. See, for a lot of people, this was their favourite part of OutRun 2 and this game, and yeah, I do enjoy the straight races because it's fun and satisfying to just have like a flat-out point-to-point race to the finish. But the addition of the objectives just makes things very interesting and a lot of fun. And I just take use of the sound effects and the way the interface is presented in this. It's just so arcadey. It's such a Sega game. Oh, that was good. That was much better. Oh, missed. Missed. Got one. No, it's better than nothing. Got two. Hey, I didn't deserve that. Special request, eh?
Checkpoint. Dribble the beach ball.
Oh!
What are you doing?
Well, that was gloriously stupid.
Dribble the beach
Again?
ball. Let's start.
much easier to do that if you're not sort of careening around like a moron before you start it.
Pass the combo.
Oh! This is one of those racing games where you're sort of really clinging onto the controller while you're playing. It's a proper sort of white knuckle experience. Especially with those drifts. Are we going to make it? I don't think we're going to make it. Oh no! Damn it.
Time over. Rank A.
Okay, well, we earned some miles. Let's just pop out of there for that. Now, I believe what happens now... Yeah, you can then go and pick the individual ones that you've actually made it through. So you can go and play just Sunny Beach or just National Park or whatever. But because we didn't make it to that last one there, we need to play the whole course again in order to unlock those. So let's have another go. Excuse me. We'll take a different route this time. We will take aim for the novice courses, while I'm still getting a feel for how to play this game.
Hit the card. Let's start.
You see the... Oh, rubbish. You see the objectives are actually the same each time, so you can learn what is expected of you in each stage and how to be ready for that, so... That's worth doing if you're going to take your OutRun career seriously.
Keep passing cards. Let's start.
Not great. Right. Let's try and do a bit better. On to the Bay Area. Absolutely, totally not San Francisco.
Hit the card.
I find it quite interesting that in most racing games I like to play from sort of bumper cam view, like that. Like this, rather. But in this game, oops, it always feels much more appropriate to play from the third-person view. That's a combination of things, really. That's, one, the handling really lends itself to playing from third-person view. And two, just sort of the... It doesn't feel like OutRun if you're playing from a first-person perspective. Also, I find it much easier to judge things like the drifts and stuff from third-person. The only thing that is a little bit tricky is
Checkpoint.
like when they ask you to actually specifically hit things, like hit the cars and hit the beach balls and stuff like that. It's easier to be a bit more accurate with that from a first-person view, so... I don't know, maybe that's... Yeah, don't know if that was really easier or not. The thing is, because your car is quite narrow, if you look at the actual size and shape of the car in the third-person view, it's a little bit narrower than sort of a lot of your typical... Oh, no! Than a lot of your typical racing games. And so that means you have to be quite precise and accurate when you're specifically trying to crash into things. Still, you know, it's an arcade game. It's made for you to have to practice and to get good at if you want to get the best scores and the best results. So this isn't a game that's really about scores specifically, but it is about getting good ranks and sort of the number of hearts you attain in various circumstances. They do feed into the eventual rank you'll get for a particular stage. Oh no! Oh, that was going so well up until that point, apart from every time I went off the course and you get that quack sound. Oh, you... The way they suddenly accelerate like that makes it quite oddly tricky to get past that first one without hitting them. I am so cool. Thanks, lady. Now, are we going to make it to the end? Three, surely. Alright, final stage. Oh, no, no, no. Come on, just... Oh, that was terrible. I'm not entirely sure offhand what distinguishes a special request from the standard requests. I think it just seems to be that they're... the kind of period in which you have to accomplish the objective is a little bit longer or something. Oh, come on. Roll over the line. Oh, no. Well, that's the OutRun experience for you right there. All right. So, to conclude for today, let's just do one more of Flagman's challenges, and then we'll call it a day and continue from next time. So, Flagman number 2. Stick with our Dino for the moment. That seems to be doing us proud. Alright, so 4 stages to do in this one. You can tell with the little gauge up in the top left corner shows you how far through you are and where the checkpoints are. It's such an iconic opening stage. Passing through the palm trees and over those causeways. Again, no real concern for realism. As in reality, those causeways would probably be a complete nightmare to maintain, but this is the world of OutRun, where such things do not matter. I also love the way the background scenery just literally pops out the horizon when you're going through those junctions. It's like someone's actually changing the backdrop in the theatre or something. First place. Let's see if we can hold on to that. The OutRun is sort of inextricably associated with America, but I always feel that there's kind of a hint of sort of European architecture in places as well. So that last stage we went through actually, to me, feels a lot more European than American. This one as well, this sort of rolling hills is quite sort of British, sort of the northern England. Although it is rather more sunshine than there is in northern England. Oh, that's nice. Starting to get a feel for the drifting again now. Sorry, just headbutt my microphone. Alright, next round. I think there were just 2 rounds in this, so... After this, that will be the end.
Get ready. Race for the top position.
Alright, so 4 stages again to do in this one. Lovely big drift there. Off to the left. Bay Area again. It's just going to be the same set of stages again. Nice little afterburner cameo there. Oops. That bit there is very authentically San Francisco. For those who don't know, my brother lives in the Bay Area. He's not actually in San Francisco, but as a result of him living there, I have been into San Francisco a number of times, and sort of that sequence there where you're coming off the bridge and there's the sort of hilly bit. That's very true to life. I mean, the fact that you're then immediately in the town centre, that's less realistic, but as we've said, realism is not OutRun 2006's priority by any means. We're going right. Okay. Into the national park. So we are taking a different route because we didn't come this way last time. This is the autumnal section. Struggling a bit to get up front this time. Lovely product placement down the side of the roads. See, that kind of thing I don't mind too much because it adds sort of like a nice connection with reality to that sort of thing. It's when we have the sort of mobile game approach where it's like, watch this 15-hour advert in order to progress. No. But I can deal with a few Vodafone signs down the side of the road. Alright, victory. Triple A. Alright, very nice. Okay, so that is a general overview of what to expect from OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast. We'll play this for a few weeks because it's a game that I've always enjoyed and I'm looking forward to the opportunity of revisiting it. So, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. Be sure to check out moegamer.net for new articles on Japanese and Japanese-inspired video games, new and old, every weekday. Every month, Moe Gamer features an in-depth exploration of an individual game or series as its cover game, so be sure to check the archives to see if your favourite has had a deep dive yet. If you'd like to support the site directly, please consider becoming a patron or buy me a coffee. You can find links to do both down in the video description. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.